3D maze. Woohoo! Right, Stacy has worked his magic like a trooper, even though he's not very well. And we have a new file to play with. So, let's see if we can get the game title up and running. So, we'll change the file. So, it's no longer that. It's Maze 1 C64 .multi. There we go. So, hopefully, this is exactly the same as the other one. So we don't need this. Don't need that. We're sticking with this, and I think I changed all those, isn't it? Right. Let's see if we can get this title up and running. Here we go. Fingers crossed. Oh, boom. Can't open. What have I... Oh. Oh, really? Why did you add that to the end? Right, go. Ah! Get rid of that, just in case it's that. No, don't. Hang on, mate. Hang on, mate. Don't panic. Don't panic. Let me. Let's do a quick test, because it just could be my conversion that's wrong. Let's do a quick test. Don't want to be in there. I want to be in here. There. That's where I want to be. Oh, it's not there anymore. It's... there. Where are you? Where are you? There we go. It's there. Right, we'll copy that and we'll paste it into there. Because this is where I did the original one, yeah? So we'll use this. Right, so open up. Bitmap example. Right, so we'll just change this. To... We'll see if it works in here first, yeah? Oh, wrong button. Yeah, there we go. Right, so it's my conversion that's wrong. So that's working. So the binary file's working. Right. So I'm just going to run it again, just to be sure. F5. Oh. Right. Right, let's do that again. So that's right, yeah? That's right. Okay, so it's just the conversion, so I just need to check. So I'll move that over here. And we'll just check that I've converted it right. So we've got our source and our destination. I suppose it doesn't matter where it's going, does it? That's D018, DD00, D016, D011, $20, $21, so they're right. So we'll load it into 40 and oh, hang on. Oh, that's the destination, isn't it? And this is the number of cycles we want to run through. Then we've got the screen data, number of cycles, and then the color data, number of cycles. Right, let's just see what the dump's all about, which is down here. So we're okay. Let's do right. So this is copying the memory. So we're going to put a breakpoint here before we even get there, and we'll just run it and see what it's doing. So we need to go into that mode. Right. So we're looking at 4000. So we're going to change the memory address 4000, yeah? Right, here we go. So if I go back to that, so the screen's at 6000, char's at 4000, the bitmap's at 4000. Hey, Mikroman. Right. So this is roughly. I wonder if we're actually overwriting. Oh. Are we overwriting? Hang on. Oh yes. Oh yes. Yes, we're overwriting. Right. Okay. Right, we're overwriting. We're overwriting. So we got to do a bit of changing here. So we're starting at 3.1, but then we're overwriting it because we're setting the screen at 4000. So I think what we should do is do this. Right, let's try that. Oh, I've got a breakpoint in there, haven't I? Right, here we go. So, everything's changed. Okay, everything's changed. We're at now 6000, 4000. Okay. Let's go back to that other screen. Oh, that looks better. Right then. Oh, CPU jam. Oh, hang on. It's 8,000, isn't it? Right, we're gonna have to. Right, okay. We're gonna have to. We'll take that out. We're gonna have to change the screen location, I think. Right, where's my site? Victor addressing. Right, so we are setting 2. We are setting 2, which is 4,000 to 7,000. Maybe we should set it to 1 and use that bank. So we'll set it to 1. So this time we are not using that one. We are using 8,000 to BFFF. Set the screen. Yeah, okay. So we're not doing at 4 now. We are doing at 8. So if that's 8, then this is going to be 10. And that's going to stay as it is. Right. Okay, let's see what happens now. Oh, so close. So close. Right, so okay, we're not going to put it at A, which is that's the char memory. So what we're going to set it to, 80. DO18. Here we go. So it's set it to 80. That's put it into screen mode and then 0, 0. Oh, right. Okay. 0, 0. Okay. So we need to move it out the way. So if we say it's at there. So 1. And then yeah, so the screen wants to go there, which is okay. That's not right. Oh, okay. It's doing that already. Okay. Right, it was set to 4,000. So if it was at 4th, it was doing it at 0. Okay, why is it set that to? Oh, that's the screens at 6,000. Oh, I see. I see. Right, we're going to swap them over. We're going to swap them over. We're going to put the screen at... Right, okay. Going to put the screen at... Screen at... We'll put it at 8,000, but the character display we will put at there. So that means the character's now at that, and the screen is now there. Right. And the crowd goes wild. Hey, we've got a title screen. We have a title screen. Nice. Right. So, before we do anything else, we have got to right here. So, do this. Whoa. Right, before we do anything, we're going to load this. Store it in previous that. Load that. The reason I'm doing that is so we don't have to figure out what's going on. We can just replace those values when we've finished. Right, here we will do this. So it's going to wait for a key. And then when a key's been pressed, we will reinstate the values. And then it can jump back out. So, wait for a key, display the title screen. If we should be able to take that out now. Right, let's try this. Okay. There we go. One title screen. So, I'm sure Stacy's watching now. We need some way of saying press a key to continue or whatever. But we have a title screen. And then we press. And we haven't gone back. We haven't gone back. So, what have we not? 25 rows on bitmap. Okay. What have I missed? What have I missed? So this is DL11. Extended mode, bitmap mode. Oh, right, okay. Right, okay. We'll need to do those as well. And we'll grab and we'll reinstate them here. Right, F6. Alright, mate. See you later. Get well soon, mate. Hey, right. Press a key. Should go back to normal. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. What we want to do now is... now we've got the start screen. When they press a key, what we want to do is now put up on the screen, please select your difficulty level. Because at the moment we've only we're doing that. So we're doing that here. So what we need to do is we need to have a screen in there that says please select your difficulty level. So we need another sprite, I think. I have an idea, but I just need another sprite, I think. Now, we've got sprites. Or we haven't. Oh, nav pointer. That was it. Right, so we've got sprites. I suppose we could use that. Suppose. Yeah, I suppose we could use that. I don't see why not. So, we'll use the game title still, so we can get rid of all this now. We don't need that now. In fact, I won't use that because that's off in the distance. So, we'll create another one. Create another one. Create a new file. Game difficulty. Grab the standard stuff. And difficulty. Right. So we need text. So we'll use a similar situation as what we did with copycat. Where's the copycat code? There we go, copycat. It was in there, wasn't it? Where would it be? Where utilities? That's probably my first port of call. Might not be. Let's try game flow. That's the one. And it uses something like that. TXT. We'll have to see where the text is. But we'll grab that and we'll put that in there. Should I put that in the utils? I think I will. And we'll wrap it like so. Now it doesn't know what 0 page is, right, so it's going to be in constants. What should we use? In fact, we'll create a new one. Right, game constants. Have we got any hardware memory locations stored in here? No. Do we have any in here? We have kernels. We have kernels, but we don't have any basic stuff. So let's grab that and we'll put that in there as well. So we'll dot label that equals. So we'll follow the same thing. Right, I've just got to find where that is. Ooh, it's not what I wanted to do, but it'll do. Print, isn't it? Print string, there. AB1E. Right, and the kernel vector is there. And we'll bring that back and we'll call this what it is, which is print at a point. Right, back to here. So we've got the utils. Don't need this now. So, right, let's see where the text is for this. Just be in there if it's anywhere. Here we go, it's something like this. That's what we're looking for. Right, so we'll call this so the bytes are X and Y, yeah? That's what the bytes are. So it's basically row, comma, column. So we're gonna put it in the and that's utils, isn't it? So put it in the middle of the screen, I suppose. 25 columns, that's going to be column 12, but we don't want it in the middle, we want it above. So we'll say row 10, and we'll do 4 because we don't know what we're doing yet. So please select a difficulty level. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3. 33, 40 minus 33 is roughly 4. Yeah. CHR return, so that's 13, isn't it? And then, in fact, we'll do 2 of them. Hello. Right, so no, we'll do it again. So take that out. We'll take that out and then we'll copy it again. Call this choices. Right, so and the chart choices are easy, medium, or no, yeah, medium. I'm not going to say normal because it isn't a normal. Hard. So how many spaces? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, okay, so how many characters we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 28. That's 12. Divided by 2 is 6. And we'll put this at line 13. Right, let's see how that flows. We'll just make it do a jump star first. So back into mine. So we need to add it, and we'll add it Before or after the sprites. Let's have a look. Have we got any space before? Yeah, we got space before. So hash import do that, and then we can, when we come back from here, we can do JSR difficulty, thank you, dot difficulty title. I think that's what I called it, wasn't it? Yeah. Right, let's see what happens. So we should end up title screen, blah 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 blah, press a key. Right, that's, we're almost there. We're almost there. That is the wrong way round. Whoa, would I believe it? It's the wrong way round. So 6, 13, 4, 10. There we go. Right. So we just need a way of tarting that up. Oh, just need a way of tarting that up. So we got 4, 6, 4. Yeah, colours, yeah. But we also got 4, 6, 4. So we're gonna have to full the system and put a space either side as well. Put a space there and a space there. Full the system, so that means it's going to be 5. Right, so that looks better. Right, so title white, it's got to be. I don't think that's the right colour, is it? That's the, oh, that's the screen colour, isn't it? Right, what's white? C64 pesky codes. Here we go. So white is 05, okay. So, so let's do this. Right, so what should the colour of easy be? Green? Should we say green? Nice and easy green. Green, green, green's 1E. What should normal be? What colour should normal be? So hard can be red, can't it? Hard, red, danger, red, 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 arr, arr. Red, 1C. So what should medium be? Blue? Let's have a look. Let's see. Blue? Light blue? Blue? No, not cyan. That would be a bit bright, wouldn't it? Where's blue? There, 1F. Let's do blue. Let's see what it looks like. And I hit the wrong one first. There we go. So what I want to do now is I want to have that sprite. I want to have the sprite where they can select which one, yeah? And it just goes, it goes to whichever one's there. Right, so right, so we need I think the column, I think columns should be +1. Is that better? Is that better? Right, so what we need to do is we need to put the sprite on the screen and then be able to control it. So so we'll put in the raster check, which is here. We'll put in the raster check. So we're just gonna check every screen cycle, yeah. So we need to set up the sprite. Not in there. Where do we set up the sprite? Come on, John, think. Oh, he was on this not long back. Is it on initialize player? Oh, go away, advert. Yeah, we could. Yeah, you could. We'll have a look at doing that, mate. We'll have a look at doing that. Let's get the basics going and then we'll have a look at doing that. That could be fun. Right. That's game sprite. I'm sure it was in there. No, it's not in there. Okay. Where do I set up the sprite? Initialize. Build maze. Set up for game for... No, I set up game for start. Oh, where do I do the sprite? I'm sure it's in here. It's in here. It's got to be in here because it's 3D. Here we go. Here we go. So we'll grab all that. Yeah, we can certainly have a go at that, mate. Certainly have a go at that. So that's going to put the sprite on the screen. Now it's not going to be in the right place, but I just want to make sure it's on the screen. Right, it's on the screen. And we're using the wrong one, so we need to change it. So the sprite we want is the last one. So that's 193, I think. Oh no, 194, 195. Well, that's Stacy. That's Monsignor Stacy's handiwork there. That is his handiwork. He's doing some good things for us, isn't he? Right. So, right, we've got it pointing the right way. Yeah, he's doing good things. He is. He's got this artistic flair down. What you're seeing on the screen is as much artistic flair as I'm ever going to get. Right. So we want this to start here. So let's have a guess. Let's have a guess. So, well, we're definitely not going to be turning the most significant bit on. So we'll leave it at that. See which position that does. Gives us an idea. Right. So that is too far over. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want it roughly about there. So 5 characters. So 5 eighths. 5 eighths. $32, $40. Thank you very much. There you go, mate. Thank you very much. My brain's not with it today. Ooh, so close. So close. So that is... Right, hang on. So that needs another, what, 4? To put it right smack in the middle? Let's add another 4 to that. So that's going to be B. Maybe one more? I think that needs one more, I think. Ooh, wrong one. That'll do. Right, so, So where's medium then? So if easy is at position 4C, right, so easy is 4C, so medium is that what you think? So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, you're right. That's adding another 12 times 8, isn't it? So, okay, so that would make AC. Let's see if that works. See if that works. That would make that AC. Oh, nice. Nice. So, I bet it's 12 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So yeah, I think it's another, let's have a look. Yeah. Let's try that. So this time we'd have to activate this, and it's OC. Yep, they're the 3 markers. They're the 3 markers. Right, so okay, so it's 60 in between them. Right, so we should be able to, yeah, I was thinking about that. So if we knock a space off and knock a space off there and put that to 6, does that still have it? Is that still in the? Is that still centralized? It is. Right, let's work that out now. So the first one was 4C. So we didn't have the most significant bit. The whole point of this is to try and not use the most significant bit. So it's 4C. Now I think we're gonna need. I think it's gonna be bigger than that by 8, and I think we're gonna have to do 8. Yes. So let's do that. So scrub that. Now 54. What, 8 from 4C? Yeah, yeah. Right, so characters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, so 54 plus 58. Is not the same. Because we moved them in, didn't we? Oh, hang on. Yeah, that's right. But it's still... Let me put it to AC, yeah? Because that was the middle number. Oh, wrong one. So that's in the middle. But then when we add 58, that still takes us over. That still takes us over. So if I put it to FF, right? Because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to not go further than FF. It's going to be off. It's just off. So we might have to bring them in even further. Bring them in another character. So we'll bring them in another character and add a 7 to that. Right, F6. So we're at the hard. So hopefully... Right, we're too far. Good. Right. So we need to work out... so that's another 8 onto that. So that's going to be 5C. Let's try that. So this is for easy. Right, 5C. Got it. Got it. Right. So we know AC is in the middle. So that would be the end. Nice. Nice. That's it. We've now got the 3 choices. So let's write the code that allows them to select the 3 choices. Do we allow... I think we should just allow them to use the greater than less than keys. Yes, I think that's what we should do. So we'll just nick the code out of player. Grab that. plug that in there. And we want, there we go, the full stop and comma. Let's just grab that. Now we don't need that, and we don't need that. Right, so we know the things, so we just need to work out and we're not doing that either. We are sending back to title loop. Hey FaZe. AC plus how many characters? It turned out to be 50, mate. It hex 50 between them all. So it makes it nice and easy. So what we can do now is just do a quick multi. I suppose we can just do a quick multiply. Yeah, we can just do a quick multiply. So let's do that. So let's have so that's the location, so we can then do that will do that. D exit, transfer into A. Right. Okay. No, in fact, we don't need to transfer into A. So ADC hash $50 DEX branch if plus to loop. Oh. Add 50 DX. That if it was 0 would now be minus. Then store it in there. And then return out. Right. Okay, so here we would then load that and store it away. So we'll do a JSR work out sprite location. And that can be then we only want to do it when we've done something. Okay, so then that can go back there. Right. So full stop is going up. So LDA storage. Yeah, LDA storage dot difficulty. In fact, we'll do X because it's easy to work with. INX CPX hash 4 1 2 3. Yeah. Branch if equal to title looper. Title loop. Because if it's 4, we haven't got a difficulty 4. We've only got 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. If it's 4, then we store X in storage dot difficulty and then jump to update sprite location. And so this one is DEX. We don't need that. If it's equal to 0, go to title loop because we can't have 0. It's 1, 2, or 3. Right. Let's see, shall we? Whoa. What went wrong? Oh, I see what went wrong. Right, let's try that again. Right, so we are out. Let's see if it moves. And we need to, yeah, we need to initialize the accumulator, don't we? There, it's actually $OC. Hey Proton. That's it. It's a bit quick. We need need a debounce in there, I think.
Oi, John, pay attention to chat.
Oh, right. Debounce means that because the computer's running quicker than we can push a key and let go of it. We need to be able to tell the computer that if the person's still got the finger on the key, to ignore it. Yeah. So what I'm doing is we're going to record what the key press is, evaluate it, and then go back, and if when we load what the key press is, if it's the same as what we've just had, to ignore it. Yeah. Yeah. Right, so that should do it. So I should be able to keep my finger on it and it shouldn't move, yeah? So I'm going to put my finger on the full stop. Oh, it's still moving. Right, I'm not doing it properly then. Oh, I see the problem. I see the problem. I forgot to store it there as well. Right, press full stop. There we go. Didn't carry on. Press full stop again. There we go. Now it's not whizzing around. So now the thing is, do we want it to instantly move or do we want to flow? Ooh. Oh, am I just being too picky? You want a nuclear bomb to go off? Right. So we've got it that they can select. Yeah. So I think once they pick, press space and it carries on. Let's do that. So we are going to add another one here. So we're going to do jump sprite. No, we'll do it at start. Evaluate here. Evaluate key press. We'll do it there. So grab that. Get rid of that because we don't need it now. So store it. Compare with ski code space. Scan code space. There we go. That's what we want. Branch if equal to there. That's where we want it to go. We want it to come out. So if it's equal to a space, come out. If it's not, carry on. Look, carry on going. Right. Let's see. Let's see if this works. Title screen. Beautiful. Selector. Let's just move up and down. Right, we'll do easy. Press space. No. Oh, the sprite's still there. Right. We need that. Well, that solve looked real hard. Also, on the title screen, you need to blank out the screen before you put the title screen up. Yeah, okay. So that should be in easy mode, which it is. Right. Let's do it again. This time in medium mode. Ooh. That what? Oh, right, okay. Okay. Yeah. We might have to change the key that we use. Yeah, we'll have to change the key that we use to select. See, that thought it was, that's still on easy, wasn't it? Did I select easy then? Oh, I know why. John, you're an idiot. Try again. Right, medium. There we go. Ah, right, okay. So that's medium. Hard. Hard. Now that's wrong. That didn't know what it was doing. And why didn't... Oh, I know why. Because we're using bit masking, aren't we? Yeah, it's 4, look. We're using bit masking. 1, 2, 4. So I need to... It's more roll in this than anything else. I'm just wondering, 2 to the power 1 is 2. 2 to the power 0 is 1, but that wouldn't work, would it? Or would it? Would that work? So we need to convert it from right, so we'll change this routine, so it's going to be 3. No, we'll leave it as 4. LDA #1. So DX storage dot difficulty. So if it's 1 becomes 0. Logically shift left. In fact, we won't do that. And whatever's left goes back into difficulty. Right, so if it's 1 and our difficulty selector is 1, it will just do the 1 loop it decrease it. Is it equal to 0? Yes, it comes out and stores it. If it's 2, it decreases it, becomes 1, so it loops back round, does another multiply. Right, that should do it. That should give us the right difficulty level. So let's try it. So easy, go. Should stay on easy, which it did, but why is that still showing? And that timer's slow. Because it's easy, yeah. Yeah. I don't think I've left it. Well, we'll see. We'll move on to medium. But I think that timer's slow as well. Oh, I've done it again. Spacebar. Press the spacebar when I shouldn't have done. Right. Medium. No, it's not working it out right. Let's put a breakpoint there. Let's find out what's going on. Oops. I could be rotating it the wrong way. Let's do it on hard. Right, let's see. Load A with 1. ASL it becomes... Oh, that's straight away. That's so stupid. Straight away. Okay. That's why it's not working. We're gonna have to... Can I change the laws of physics? Load 0, but we'll set the carry. Let's try that. That should do it. Right. Let's go to the go. Right. Set the carry. Load 0. Roll. That's 1. Decrease. Not equal to. 2. Decrease. Not equal to. 3. Decrease. You should be on the right one. And it is. But, yep, that's right. And then we go. Okay, that's bang on. Right, let's take that breakpoint out. Let's try it for real. Right. Ignore the space problem at the moment. Right, easy. I don't remember us leaving that there. Solve the maze. Clear the trace. Make maze visible. Why is it not doing that? Right, let's put a breakpoint there because I want to find out what's in. No, not bait there. Yeah. Right, this is the one. Let's put a breakpoint there. I want to check what's in storage, what's in difficulty. Okay, right, spacebar. Right, so load. So this should be 1. It says 8. 8? Why are you 8? Why are you 8? Easy, go, right. Set the carry. Load 0, roll. Decrease. Oh, it's carried on. Have I not initialized it? Right, let's initialize it there. Easy. Go. Load 0, roll to make it 1, decrease, come out. Thank you very much. That's what I want to see. Does the solve. Load the difficulty, which is 1, that's right. F11, that's it, clears it. I thought it did. Right. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Let's try it for real. So easy. Go for that. Go for easy. Yes. And we're away. Right. Then do it for medium. Nice. Right, do it for hard. Bingo. Right. Now I've got to take that pause out. So when it's on hard, there's a pause. There's a clear screen there. So we do clear the screen before we show the title. Maybe on the title, maybe we're activating it too early. Here. Oh, turn it off. Oh! Right. Yeah, it's alright. Right, so we set the screen and then do it. Right. So that should stop the temporary scene. There we go. So now we see the screen. It's here. Clear the screen before it builds the maze. Okay. Which we can do. It's just... here. So we'll just grab that. And put that. So that clears the screen. So we've now got it so you don't see the title screen building, because look, it's black. Title screen comes on, and then it goes black, and then it does the thing. It's just that pause we want to get rid of now. That's in hard, so hard setup, that's here. So this is this bit here. Yes, it does look better. It'll look even more better now. It's not. It's not. So that's the hard. This is the hard setup. So this is the 3D setting up. We'll get rid of this because we don't need that no more. This is the medium setup. So it sets it up for medium, and then the easy setup. Whoa. Right. So we was thinking of flashing that screen up. And we can do that. We can do that. But there was one thing that was annoying me, was that the I'm sure the timer was slow. Let me get the stopwatch out. I'm sure. Whoops! I'm sure the time was slow. Right, here we go. So I'm going to press easy, and then as soon as it starts, I'll start. Well, that was a waste of time, John. Let's try it. Right, I'm going to start it on 5. Yeah, it's definitely slow. Definitely slow. Let's put the raster bar on it. See how much time it's taking. Yeah. So we do the raster, we update the clock cycle, and then we go back to there. So that's doing the clock cycle. So it must be taking too long on the player cycle. So we'll just do the player cycle. Just do that. No. It is moving about though. That should be fixed. So we'll put it in here. So we'll just put it in there. It is definitely slow, isn't it? Okay, storage player. What do we store that? Let me find that. Find. Oh, player reset timer. Where's that then? $10. Let's half it. Okay. Right. Right, so it's definitely still it's still too slow. Yeah. $1,001, 1,002, 1,000. That's nothing like the timer, is it? What is going on there? Now it's not. Whoa, that. Wow. I'm doing the frame counting. I'm missing a what? Oh, so I am. Well spotted there, mate. Oh, that's been in there for a long time. Well spotted, mate. Well spotted. That's been in there for a long time. Right, let's put that back then. I bet that's right. Okay, I bet it's going to be running too quick now. Okay, here we go. Right, let's see. That is still slow. 1001, 1002, 1003. So the frames is something else. But it could... Let's have a look. Storage frame. Update cycle counter. That updates. Let's just reduce the let's reduce the frame count. I don't know what's going on there. Let's just see if it goes twice as fast now I've reduced the frame count. One 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. Now, PAL is 50 frames a second, yeah? So this should be running at 50 frames a second. Right, let me just... I'm going to just time this. Hang on. I'm going to do it on 12. 3, 4, 5. It's slow. Right, I'm going to do it on 20. And when I get to 10, I'm going to stop it. It's half the speed. It's half the speed. Because I don't know how to use it, mate. I don't know how to use it. That's why I was trying to use the frame counting. So according to my clock, it was only counting up at half the speed. So increase the current frame, store it, compare it with the frame, reset it, update the timer by 1. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Oh, hang on. I'm delaying it by a number of frames, yeah? And there's 10 cycles in a second. So this is 5. Because it's 50 frames. Oh, John, what? Why were you not thinking that? (1001), 1002, 1000. That looks better. Right. When it gets to 10, I'm going to fire it up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. Got it bang on. How long's that been like that? And I thought I'd done really well with those times, and they were wrong. Oops. Right, let's just make sure that the timer for the hard one is working. Oh yeah, it'll go too fast, yeah. I'm only developing for PAL, mate. If anybody wants to make an NTS, they can grab the source code and do it. Right, let's see if hard timer's working right now. Where's my 3D? Oh, I've got no 3D representation. Where did that go? Right. So we know that's working. What have I broke? Let me just do a quick compare. Maze. What did I break? What did I change? Okay. Let's see if it gets in there. Yeah, I'll have to look it up, mate. I've never done it before, so I'll have a look. I'll look it up. Right, run hard. Oh, let's get it on the right screen. Do the met. Solve it. That's the break point. So it's definitely going into hard mode. Clear the screen. Oh, it worked then. We've still got have I? Oh yeah, it's there. Look. Right, let's try that again. Take the breakpoint out. Did I take the breakpoint out? Yes. Right. Hard. Go. Build it. Solve it. Hey! I don't know why it didn't come up the first time. Right, so forward, 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 forward. Turn. Went backwards. Right. The timer starts before the maze. The timer starts before the maze. No, it looked like it's... I mean, the timer started as soon as... I thought we changed the maze to be something a bit more... I did notice something, though. Yeah, can you see that green spot? There. You see that green spot? It's oh, okay. Okay. Because I'm set. It's because I'm setting the maze up again. Really, I should be doing that here. There we go. Let's try. There's a monster down there. Well, there will. Hopefully, we'll get that sort of thing in. Right, build it. solve it. Right, let's see if we see the green dot now. Oh, it's still there. Still there. Ugh. Why? Why are you there? Solve the maze. We should clear... Oh, right, okay. I'm going to do this. I think we need to clear the screen no matter what. Right, let's try that. Oh, that's a monster of a solve. Really? Are you there all the time? You're there all the time. But I cleared the screen. Right, okay. That's something that's going to have to get looked at. And everything's red. I mean, you're right. There, Stuart, everything's red. And I thought I had it a different colour. Oh, I'm clearing the screen anyway. It used to be green, yeah. Oh, took the wrong clear screen out. Set. Clears the screen. So what is it doing? It must be in player controls. Let me have a look in player controls. Maybe the player control difficulty jump to hard. Are we storing green anywhere? Why are we drawing the maze? Oh, that's the help. Yeah, well, you guys will have this source code tonight anyway, so might be worth having a nose, seeing what I'm doing wrong. I don't know why that green spot's there. Okay. Right, so we've got oh, spacebar. That was the thing. Right. Instead of using the spacebar to select the mode, what should we use? Run stop. Tab. Is there a tab in? Is there a tab? It's control, isn't it? The Commodore key. Yeah, the return key. Yeah, we'll do the return key. Here. Right. Return key. Let's see if we stop that accidental skipping. Right. There we go, it's better. So, enter. There we go. Solve it. Go. Ooh, that's the black interfering with the timer there. That's the black. I can live with that. I can live with that. Because once we get out of the way, it stabilizes. If you choose, does the speed, I don't know if I've got help on medium. No, I haven't. We need to go to hard to check that out. But that's a really good question, that is. Right, so hard. Oh, enter. Right, so I'll press H when it gets to 10, yeah? Here we go. Blah, 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 blah. Oh dear, I'm lost. I don't know where I'm going. Oh my, that is, that would be, oh, that is harsh. That is. Oh, timer's going. There you go. Yeah, it's doing it. It's doing it. Does it show the green square? H. No. But let's move forward. Oh, the screen square's gone. Ah, it's weird. That must be on startup. No, the clock hasn't messed up after H. Right, H is for help. This is Stuart's idea. He's the inventor of this scenario. I'll let Stuart explain. But no, if what we tried to do is, because when you do help, yeah, you get to see the solution, yeah. So you could study this for as long as you want, and all you get penalised is by the time you've spent looking at it. So if you spent a minute looking at it, you get penalised by a minute. But Stuart suggested speeding time up by 10. So if you spent a minute looking at it, that's 60 seconds. But in the game time, it's 600 seconds. So you get penalised for asking for help. Yeah. So it's a penalty for asking for help. But we haven't got the H. I don't know. Do we need the help for the medium? Because you've effectively seen part of the map. Anyway, so we need to. Do we need to flash up? It's faster. Right, let's get the stopwatch at it going. Right, hang on. So I'm I'm going to reset this and I'm going to start it, and then I'm going to start it on 10 seconds on the clock, and then I'll count the seconds I'm getting. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, it is fast, isn't it? It is fast. That is definitely fast. I wonder... Oh, hang on, let's just try the different modes then. Right, so easy. We've just done easy, yeah? So we'll do medium. So that's fast as well. And we'll do hard just to be sure. That is fast. That is definitely fast. Okay. Let's slow it down. I don't know why it was slow then. Must have been an emulator thing. Right. Let's see. When we get to 10. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That looks about right. Updating timer being called twice. That is a good question. Let's find out. Let's see how many times I reference this. Right, this is the penalty. No, we're only calling it once in there, which then goes into there. It doesn't call itself. This is the penalty for when you're in H mode. Yeah. I have no idea why it suddenly speeded up. Well, we'll see when we get it on real hardware what it's like. Right, so it was suggested that we try and do something like this. Oh, not that.
What's the easiest way to get in touch with nature? Do you just head into the woods? Live off the land?
So we are looking here. There. Doing something like that. Just to flash up the I didn't realise there was sound on this. Hey Docster. Right. Do something like this. Oh, that sounds awful. Yeah, right. Okay. But have some sort of scrolling system, I suppose. Round when we do this. Ad block, yeah. Right. So here, have something animating going round or something. Does it need it? Don't know. It would be cool. Yeah, it would be cool. Have we got great ray gradients that we can use? Fades, color fades. Oh dear. Yeah, we got the title screen up. Stacy did a great job. Where's this color blending chart? Where you can fade with the colors. I have so many links, it's unreal. Color blending. Oh, it's not blending, it's fading, isn't it? There was a chart, wasn't there? Aha. Aha. Yeah, I was trying to see where... Wasn't there... I know there's the switching. Oh my... Dude. Oh, thank you, mate. You are most generous. Most generous. Yeah, I've seen this. I'm on about the fading. I'm trying... Yeah, I'm trying to... If we can fade, say, between the green, blue, red, blue... Oh, there was a chart. I'm sure there was. I'm sure there was. There was this thing that Simon had. Oh, it's this, wasn't it? It was that, wasn't it? Green to grey to black. But we don't want to fade to black. Avoid transitioning that are too different, e.g. from red to green. Okay, so we can't do that. Okay, but we can. Yeah, once you're in grey, stay grey. But I'm just wondering, we could go green, light green, green, grey, black, and then do the reverse for red. So it would be black, brown, red, red, and then go back to black, I think. Docster, let's have a look. Oh. Go away. Go away. Here we go. Ah, this is the fella. This is the fella. So, source. Yeah, they're all going to black or white. Okay. Red, green to red. That is what we're looking for, I think. So green, right, green to blue. So where's green? So this is, oh. Source. So we would be green to end up red. Yeah. So we could have it going green to, this is a blue. Blue, 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 blue. Right, green to blue. Green to blue. Blue to red. Blue to red. And then cycle through them back. So it would go green to blue, blue to red. Do you think we should go to black? So it goes green, black, blue, black, red, like that? Or just go straight to the colours? By the way, Docster, did you buy the hat with plank on it? Was it you who asked for it? Limited edition. Got the hat with the word plank on it. Yeah, it's up there. It's up there. I'll put it on limited edition. Where's the link for my merch store? There it is. Yeah, it's there. Limited run. Plank cap and plank beanie. Whoops. There you go. That's the beanie. Oh, what's it doing? My machine's on a go slow. There you go. There you go, mate. Yeah, so you got either a beanie or cap. It's up to you. Limited edition. I think it runs out start of the year. Right, so now how are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? Let's mess around with the pointer first, because that will be easy to do. So difficulty. So let's put the fade values in here somewhere. There we go. So starting from green to red. So green to red would be 05, OC, 02. Okay. Then red to blue. Oh, I can't remember now. No, green to blue to red. That's it. Green to blue. Let's get it right, John. Right, green to blue. Blue to red. And then red to green. We'll get it cycling. Right. So green to red, green to blue, sorry, green to blue. Here we go. Right, so 05, 08, OB, 05, 06. Right. 06, so blue to red. Blue to red is 06, comma, OB, comma, 02. And then red to green, and green is 5, is $02, comma, $08, $OC. So that's what? 4, 2, 8. Oh, hang on. Wow. So green, red to green is 4 steps. Blue to red is only 3 steps. Okay. 4, 8, 11. Right, okay. So, on our cycler here, on our raster cycler, we'll do that we'll do it here. So so create something called cycle sprite color. We'll make that self-contained because I want to mess around with something. Right, so LDA that comma Y. So we need to load Y, LDY with that. Add index until negative colour. Yeah, we're going to be cycling through the whole table. Are you saying I should go do it backwards? I mean, we could cycle it backwards. We'd have to reverse the colours though. But then again, it doesn't matter, does it? We'll cycle it backwards. So we'll start, so hang on, it's 0, 1, 0, 1, 3, so it's 11, so it's 10. So load it. Oh, the end tag. Oh, you mean put, oh, okay, I see what you mean. Docster, thank you for buying a beanie. And the cap. Oh, will that come up as well? Really? Really? That can't. Well, it didn't alert with the cap, but it's just come up with a bit. It might do the cap in a bit. Hang on. Right. Okay. So let's put that 0. So load. Right. I see what you mean. Branch if plus to update color. How many caps did you buy? Weren't it only $24? That's what it said. Oh, just one. $103? Really? What? Is it shipping and all that jazz? Wow. Wow. I didn't know that, mate. I didn't know that. $36 just to ship a cap. Where do you live? Pluto. Yeah, really, that just, wow. Hang on, what's end by negative value? Just add it. Yeah, I've just done that. So, if it's a negative value, we'll reset our current. Oh, hang on. I think I know what Proton was saying. Right. LDY #0. Store it in color. Store it in current index. And so that resets it. Question is, no, that's going to reset it. That's what my brain was going. Ah, John, no. Right, so we've got the value. Ooh. No. Get it right, John. Then we'll AND the accumulator to get rid of. We don't need to because it's only a nibble based. Right, so where's my IO? Sprite color 0. That's what we want. Starting sprite color 0. Ink. Current index. That's it. RTS. That's it. So we should cycle through the colours during the raster. Okay. Oh, there we go. Oh. It is cycling through it. Maybe a bit quick. That is cycling very quick. Right, I'm gonna have to slow that down. How are we gonna slow that down? Gonna have to put a. Gonna have to put a clock on it, I think. gonna have to put a clock on it, I think. Yeah, it's cycling too fast. I need to slow it down. We don't have a current frame, so we can use the current frame now. Hang on. Let me just run it again. Is it too fast? I mean, you probably guys don't see it because the frame rate's too slow. Well, that is really, really fast. That is really, really fast. Let's drop it down. So we've got a current frame. Yeah, another counter. We're gonna. I'll use the current frame counter because we have a current frame that we use in the game, but we're not in the game yet. So we'll use that. Yeah. And so so when we come in here, we'll increase the current counter storage. Dot current counter. No, we'll decrease it. There we go. Decrease it. Branch if equal to 0 to oh, hang on. No. Branch if not equal to exit. That's what I want. If it is equal to 0, we'll reset it. So LDA hash 5. Let's try 5. So it's doing it every 10th of a frame. Let's try that. Ha! Oh, that's better. But why didn't it work to start with? Why? What did I do wrong? What did I didn't initialize it. Don't. Didn't initialize it. Right. There we go. That's better. We've got a fading arrow. Got a fading arrow. Now, how are we going to do the outline? How are we going to do that? Oh, that's going to be... Could have used and 3 on the counter, depending on the weight. Yeah. That would have been 7 frames. Yeah, we could have done. Let's have a look. But it means we would have had to load it in. We had to load it in, decrease it, and it with 3, and then store it. At least this way. Yeah, if we was loading it in Docster, I would have done and 3, but we're not doing it. So, the thing is. So we've got now the title screen from Stacy. Done a fantastic job. And he exported it in the format that I was used to. But we had a problem. If you rewind the stream when I finished, you'll see we had a problem. We was overwriting the area where the screen was, so in a nutshell. But you'll see how I fixed it. Right. So now we've got that. We've got that you can choose. I would have liked it to have scrolled across, but yeah. So now you can choose your levels and press enter and it goes. Oh, that is not a nice maze. Did you see the solve on that? That is not a nice... Oh, and the colour is wrong. Right, we need to change the colour of the sprite. The sprite colour's wrong. So when we've done that, we need to change the sprite colour back. So LDA hash white. Store it in... that. Put the... Let's scroll it across. Now we optimize each to 8 bytes. Yeah, right. No. No. That's better. Right. So, Gotta practice. Shut up. Right, so, oh, I'm at dead end. Oh. Yeah. That is not, and it's not got, oh, it's got the green thing at the top. I'll have to figure that out. Are we doing red nightly mazes? I don't know why it's red, to be honest. I thought it was green. I'm not sure. Oh, hang on. Oh, I know. We've just added the difficulty in, haven't we? And that's changed the colour here. Right, so we'll change it back to green. Green. That was on easy, wasn't it? So, $1E is green. That's why it's red. Right, it should be back to how it was now. There we go. It's back to how it was. I think it was that green. Yeah, it was green, wasn't it? Because we moved away from the purple. I thought it was... When it was going red, I thought, why is it going red? Everything's red. It shouldn't be red. That's why we had the green square in the top corner. Oh. That was naughty. He hasn't seen the code for displaying the 3D slices though yet, has he? Right. Okay. So let's just make sure the other modes are working now. Put the green in. So we'll do medium. That should go invisible and still be correct. Yeah. Oh, dead end. Come on, come on. Keep going. Oh, I'm going up. I'm going away. No! You are joking me. No! Yeah, I thought I was on a winner there. Right, so that works for that one, and just to make sure easy's still working. No. Right, easy. Oh, that looked a horrible solve, that did. We're going to have to put the help guides up. But that did look like a horrible solve. Oh, and I've gone the wrong way to start with already. Come on, up. Where could I have gone there? Oh, it's going up, isn't it? Well, I mean, we could, on easy, we could leave it. We could leave the solution on the screen. Because it's meant to be easy, yeah? Here. we could leave the solution on the screen. So if I do that in easy mode, the solution should stay there. So in easy mode, does the solution, and there you are. You've got the solution. So yeah, it becomes a speed running mode. How fast can you do it? How fast is your fingers, basically? Ooh. And clearly my fingers are not fast enough. Oh, come on, come on, come on. 30 seconds. Oh, looked at the time and I shouldn't have done. Should have just kept my eye on the screen. Oops. Ooh. There we go. So yeah, easy could be like a speed runner. Maybe easy needs the solution. Yeah, forever. Still not easy. What algorithm did we use to solve the maze? We used the recursive backtrack algorithm. You should get time penalty for each mistake. Yes, there is that, and we can actually test for the mistakes because we have the solution marked out in the maze array, so we can test whether we've fallen off the solution path and then apply a penalty. Yeah, we can definitely do that. You know, we could have a penalty counter going up, and then at the end of it, when you've got to the end, we add that counter to the time. So yeah, we can definitely do that. In fact, I'll make a note of that, and we could do we could say the next stream could be do that. There you go, mate. I've made a note of it for next stream, yeah? That will add a penalty counter for the easy mode when you stray off the solution path. And then what we'll do is we'll add that penalty to the time, yeah? Damn it. Sorry, mate. But it's I mean, this is far from finished, yeah? Because we're going to be adding bad people. Oh, look at the state of that. Can you imagine that in hard mode? God, dear. But yeah, because we've got to add the bad guys in there. So, because what I was thinking was having one chasing you, having one trying to find you, having one randomly wandering around the maze with no direction whatsoever. So you'd have one chasing you, so you would start off and then it would follow you in, but after a certain time frame. Have one gunning for you, so it would randomly appear in the map and then it would be targeting you. So we would need to, on that one, we'd need to figure out, get it to do a solution, work out a solution to you at that point in time. Have one just randomly going bonkers and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean the other half's just you said I've done a long stream, haven't you? Yeah, the other half, she's still up playing Minecraft. She's on holiday, as she put it. So, yeah. So, I've set out what I wanted to do today, yeah? Which was to build... To get the title screen in. To get the title screen, yeah? That was one of the things. And Stacy is not very well. I think he's caught COVID off his other half. Managed to get this to me literally half an hour before I streamed, so I didn't even know if it'd work. So we managed to get this in first thing, and now we've added the difficulty selector, and we've got a nice fading arrow through the colours. So yeah. Well, the maze generation system is not being slowed down, yeah? So, you know, if we did boost it, I mean, it does it in like, well, we timed it, didn't we? It's like 3 seconds. It builds it in three or 4 seconds. Should we have the fading colour based on the selection colour? Yeah. Yeah, but what would it fade to? It's saying to artificially speed it up. Okay, well, let's speed it up then, yeah? So what can we go to? 200%, yeah? There you go. Or is it warp? Hang on, it's warp, isn't it? Yeah, enable warp. Right, so warp's on. So here we go. Done. But you didn't even see you didn't even see it solve it. All it was just a blur. Oh dear. All you saw was a blur. I like the fact you can I'm on holiday, mate. You know, Mrs. OSK's on holiday. She's playing Minecraft at the moment, so how did you do the random routine? Well, I can't take the credit for that because I nicked Grey Defender's randomizer. I just converted it into Kick. So the randomizer, I think it's in utils. Hang on. There we go. There's a randomizer. I cannot take the credit for this because it's Monsignor Grey. Which you nicked from the web. So we're using the white noise generator of the SID for the random numbers. So it's using the white noise channel. Yeah, you've got. Oh, right, okay. But this one's. I mean, I used Monsignor Grey's randomizer for the kaleidoscope program. You know, the very first assembly program I did on video, where I converted it from basic to assembly. Oh, many moons ago. I could try and find it, but I used it there, and it worked. And I thought, right, that's a randomizer. I know there's other ways of doing it where you do XOR with this and with that, but if you've got a piece of hardware, I think you get the same random numbers in the emulator, but I don't think you get the same random numbers in real hardware. Yeah, so when we run this on real hardware, I don't think we'll get the same map out every time. Yeah? Because it's I don't think it does on the hardware. Well, I don't know. I mean, at the moment we're getting different maps because I've got a pause here. If I take the pause out now and run it, yeah, so it goes straight into it. There you go. Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's what I mean. You've got to remember, right? There's a pause when the title screen on, and there's a pause where they're choosing the difficulty, and a human cannot react exactly the same every time, so it'll always be different, and that's the seed, yeah. And that's how you could see it. If you've got human interaction with the program, that's your seed, because a human will not be able to do it perfect every time. So that's how we do the randomization. But like I say, the solver's pretty quick, to be honest. See, it's done it. It wasn't. Well, I was expecting the solver to be a lot slower. Yes, but it does it. It's always right. And the thing is, it'll always. I've coded it that it'll always find the first one. It doesn't find the shortest route because it doesn't scan the entire maze. It just finds the first one. Yeah. Now I'm not going to spend time scanning the entire map to find the shortest route. No. If it finds it, it's there. Faster than your washing machine. Oh, yeah. Right, so that's what I wanted to do today, was get the title screen on. Well, in the 1973s, it wasn't even electronics, was it? It was all mechanical. I don't think, to be honest, I don't think there's more than one solution. I don't think there's more than one solution in this map, because, right? Because if you come down here, let's just see. If we come down here, which is the opposite way of there, does that go to the end? Well, that's blocked off for a kick-off. So if we carry on coming back this way, that way's blocked, and that way's blocked. So that's a dead end. Yeah. So the next one is here. Does this carry on? Okay, dead end, and dead end that way. So is there another corner right here? Well, that'll be a dead end because it's actually enclosed. That's enclosed. Yeah, I think there is only one solution. Yeah, because even if we come back this way, let's reverse. That's a dead end going that way. Let's go up here. Does that come out? Oh, we was close. Comes that way. Comes that way. Down. Oh, is it dead? No, dead end. So yeah, I think there is only one solution. Yeah, then the solver finds the shortest path because there's only one solution. It's a bit unique the way the builder works, because the maze can be any size. I could change the parameters and make it smaller. Yeah. And what we do, we always start roughly halfway, the starting point's halfway and it builds a map from halfway and comes back. I think if I slow it down, I wonder if I can slow it down. Let's have a look. If I slow it down, you'll see. Yeah. So if we slow it down to say, we'll slow it down to 10%. Yeah. There we go. So it starts in the middle and backtracks when it can't go anywhere. See? So there'll always be only one way to do this. There you go. And now it's trying to solve it. And it's doing select, there we go. Recursive backtracking. Now, will that be back at 20%? That's back at 100% yet. So that was... I think I would have used a year if I'd coded that part. Well, I mean, we did it. I was surprised I did it in one stream. I don't think so, because the maze is not complete until it reaches its origin point. You know, because we start in the middle. The start and the end will always be in the same place. Yeah, but we start in the middle, so it works its way around. So we couldn't solve it as we're doing it. We have to solve it once the maze is complete, and that's why I've got the solver in place. So as soon as the maze has been built, we solve it, store that away, and then use it for... Now we're using it for easy, for speed running, and on hard, it's the way to show the person where they are and how they get. When we started this, you remember I'd got it coded in BASIC, yeah? Right? And then I converted it as a kid to machine code. And we saw the difference in speed between... You remember when we first started and I had my original assembly and it was slow, yeah? Because I converted it from BASIC to machine code. But the mistake I made was I used the basic randomizer, I used the basic timer, I used the basic functions for other things. So effectively I'd machine code the game, but I was still using the basic functions and all the kernel, yeah, exactly, all the kernel calls. Here, we're not using any of that. We're not using any of the kernel calls. We're not using any of the basic randomizers. We are using the hardware to randomize for us, and we are using our own kernel things, which made it a lot quicker. I mean, the time difference was amazing when we finally got it working, and then we did a time comparison. It was like a fifth of the time. So this thing builds a map in like 3 seconds, I think it is. We timed it, I think. 1, 2, 3, done. Is it possible to run the basic version now? Let me see if I can find it. I can definitely run my version. I think I've got that somewhere. Hang on. Do 3D maze. I think it's that. Let me see if I can find it for us. Maze, is that it? Right, I think this is it. I think this is it. Right, this is my machine code version. So this is the one that I did when I was how old was I? 16? 16? Right, AZ. Right. Good luck. Here we go. Good luck. Right, so we'll do the maximum because that's what we're doing. 23, 39, go. Right, so this is machine code, yeah? This is machine code. Yeah, so that's machine code. That's the machine code version. Now, the basic one is based on this. Because I couldn't find my basic program, but I know it was based on this. Oh, it's doing this stupid noise thing. It hasn't started yet. Here we go. So yeah, this was the basic version. and this is what, because I like maze games, and this is why I machine coded it. Yeah, but as you saw, I'm going to stop it now. As you saw, so this is my code that I wrote when I was, like I say, what date's on the instructions? Did I put a date on it? I normally put dates on it. Hang on. Or does it just say written by me? Nah, it just says written by me. Okay. There's no copyright on there. Oh well, never mind. But, you know, like I say, this... Oh, I've done the wrong one again. So, did anybody time it? Let's time it. Let's try and time it. Let's get my stopwatch out. Here we go. Right, so no, we don't want the instructions. We're going to do the fullest of the screens we can get away with. Ready, go. Here we go, we're getting close, getting close. There. Oops. 16 seconds. right? And so that's 16 seconds of machine code 30 years ago. This is how quick it does it now. Three. Please wait for the long time. Go and grab a meal while you wait. Yes, that's what it was like. I mean, I can't remember. I can't remember how long it took, but it was 10 minutes, maybe a little bit longer. There's still room for optimization. Well, it's just the way it was coded, mate. I mean, you got to remember, I was self-taught. Yeah. I had no teachers to help me. My folks were not computer programmers, and you know, I learnt machine code on my own. So yeah. Sometimes I look at the code that I did. I mean, when we do the word processor, which is going to be the next project that we're going to do, is a word processor. Because I wrote a word processor when I was a kid as well, because we couldn't afford a word processor, so we couldn't afford EasyScript. It only supports one screen. What does? Oh, maximize the map. This is it. This is the full screen. Yeah, it's one screen full of maze. The only line that's missing is here at the top, because we got the basic one. You want me to run the basic one on full screen? Not on a C64, no. We couldn't do that on a C64. We could do it on a PET, but it'd be green and black. Yeah, we could run this on a Commodore PET. We'd have to. I mean, I have code. The guys will tell you I have coded PET schematics for all the Commodore machines, all the C128. Yes, I suppose we could do it for the C128, but it's not the. It's not. Yes. Yeah, my ASM one, I allowed you to that you could put in whatever size you wanted. So if you wanted a small maze, you could do it. Or the Mega 65, yeah, I suppose. That'd be interesting, that, wouldn't it? Mega 65. We'll think of that. We'll think about that later. Because this, can you imagine doing this on a VIC? 22 columns by 24. Big chunky letters at you. Yeah, we'll have a look at Mega 65 when we've got it. When we've got it in a finished state, then we'll have a look. Well, this is it. This is it. The maze program itself is almost finished, but we're gonna add more stuff. We're gonna add more stuff. The 128 browns, yeah. Well, you know, I mean, I did think about making this work for the other Commodore machines, but then I had flashbacks to the the +4 version. I had nightmares. Yeah, the light source would be on that. And also we need some sound. So, you know, phase hopefully he's helping us. Anyway, so I've done what I wanted to do today, which is to put the title screen on and to have the convert the slowest one to pet. Oh dear. We'd have to... Yeah, it would be green screen. It would be a green... Well, sorry, Docster. Yeah, I mean, the first couple of hours... Don't get me wrong, mate. The first... Was it 40-odd minutes? The first 40-odd minutes was explaining addressing modes on the 6502, because somebody asked me about that. And so I spent the first, I think it was 45 minutes, maybe an hour, talking about the different addressing modes. So we did a whole... I did a 45 minutes. It's the right at the very start. You remember when we did the Hello World for Beginners a couple of streams back? Well, I've done one for addressing modes. So that's the first 45 minutes to an hour of the stream there, yeah? We could make this work on the pet, yeah? The only thing would be is you wouldn't have your trail. Well, we could have the trail, yeah? And we'd have where you are, we'd have it flashing, yeah? We could have it flashing. Yes, in 80 column mode, yes. Maybe we'll look at it at some point. We'll create a branch in the code to do a pet version. Yeah, we'd have to ram out the colours. We'd have to ram out the colours. So all the colour information we'd ram out. And yeah, we'd have the current position flashing. But yeah, we can certainly look at making a pet version in 40 column mode, because all we have to do is just change the max X and max, the maze max X and the maze max Y to be 40 by it's still 25, isn't it? 40 by 25, 80 by 25. Yeah, flash. But I think we would have it. It would be completely green, and then it would be a black line where you've been, and then at the head of the black line would be a flashing. Yeah. But we could certainly do that and see how fast it would do it and resolve it. But we'll do that somewhere near the end, yeah? Sorry. I can't point. There. That is only red text. It's not green. Alright then. I tried to get an RGB one, but you can't get them. Plank is blank. Yeah. Right. Okay, guys. I mean, it's gone midnight here, and it's been over a 4-hour stream. So, I'd just like to say this is the last one for this year. This last stream for this year. If I'll be online. I may do a stream Minecrafting, yeah? I may do a stream Minecrafting because I'm still trying to build the shit. I mean, I could show you it if you wanted. But I might do a stream Minecrafting just for... But if you don't see me until next year, have a good Christmas, guys, and have a safe New Year, and I will see you for season 3 of Twitch streams, because like as I said at the start of the stream, this is number 83, and I'm going to take a couple of weeks off over Christmas, and then we'll see you on the start of the new year. So thank you very much for joining me. Merry Christmas, guys, and I'll see you in the new year. Take care. Bye. I'd like to thank all the patrons that are contributing to my channel. Without you guys, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing right now. Thank you very much.